Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have another journal with me video today, this time working in my Bloom journal. So this is the journal that I've been keeping for the Get Messy season of Bloom. Yes, I am still working on this journal and on this season, but it's slow going, but it's definitely coming together and I really don't have a problem kind of continuing on with a Get Messy season once it's over, and this one has been over for quite a while. But I was just like working in all of my journals one day, and I just decided to turn the camera on, and I was just working on this page, and so I've decided to capture it for you. So for this spread here, I'm actually using bits from I believe this is my December Reflections printable, and I actually had printed this out but I never cut it up, and so this day I sat down and I actually went and cut up the printable, and so I'm using pieces of that printable here on this page. And this spread is like really random. Like I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of playing with all the supplies on my desk and just having fun. So if you are very familiar with kind of like my journaling process, especially in like these art journals that I do for Get Messy, it's more of just of intuitive play. I try not to take the creative part of it too seriously, especially while I'm working. It's all about just playing with the materials that I have in front of me. And yeah, so this book has been mostly like random collage bits and maybe some paint and ink, but not very heavy on like art supplies and like mixed media supplies like that. It's very collage-y, like all of my pages have been very collaged, and they've kind of been put together in a way that is aesthetically pleasing to myself. And I've definitely been working on with a specific color scheme and like theme for this particular book. And so since this is for the Get Messy season of Bloom, I decided to stick with like the floral motif. And I've been doing a little bit of writing, like journaling in this book, and all the journaling is about blooming, it's about growing, it's about learning about yourself and that sort of thing. So I was having a bit of trouble figuring out what exactly I wanted to put on that sort of it's kind of like notebook paper that I had there, and you saw that I kind of switched different things, trying to figure out what to put there. In the end, I decided to take some of my stamp sets, and so I have a lot of stamp sets. I think I've talked about this before, and I'm not really much of a stamper, but I have all these beautiful stamp sets, and I got a few more from the newer like crepe paper collections, and they're just so pretty, and they have really nice little images and motifs and stuff like that, and like words. And so I took one out, and I think this is from one of the Maggie Holmes recent collections. I'm not sure if it's Garden Party or if it's Marigold, but it had like a hello lovely on it. And if you know, that's kind of how I address like all of my newsletters and the start of my blogs and stuff like that. And so I decided to take out both the hello and the lovely and kind of layered them together and then stamp them down on the top of the page there. And then there was like this really fancy, like intricate border stamp, and I decided to put that at the bottom of the page, basically just to frame that spot. And that basically is going to be my journaling spot. Once I've like kind of set up this page, I didn't know what to write here. And so it was a few days later when I came back and actually did the journaling. But yeah, so I stamped out Hello Lovely and that little border stamp, and then I'm just looking through my ginormous sticker book for stickers just to accent those stamps. And so I pulled like a bird out that was from an old Planner Society kit, and then I pulled out one of my soul sayings word phrases, and I think I say stay brilliant, and then a bunch of these little star stickers. And so that's basically what I do there on that journaling spot. And then I realized there's just a lot of like blank space for me. And it just seemed like very disconnected, the old book page, with what I did, like the collage part. And so, of course, I pull out my Liquitex white ink. I love this ink. It is the best little kind of like accent thing to throw on a page to make everything kind of come together. And so that's what I did here. I added some ink. Once my ink dried, I had this like little piece from a butterfly stamp that I had stamped out, and then I stamped out on like white card and then fussy cut it. I do that a lot. And so I had that in all of my stash, and so I glued it down there, and it's just like a black and white butterfly. And now I'm just adding like the little trailing butterfly flight dots and stuff there. And you'll see here that like my desk is nice and fresh and clean, and that is because it is like a couple of days later, where I just kind of opened up my book and I I had journaling. I had things that I wanted to say in my journal, and so I kind of wrote something about how, hello lovely, don't forget that in order to learn and in order to grow, like create, like in your life creatively or emotionally, spiritually, whatever, that you have to explore, you have to, you know, be open to making mistakes, and that all of that stuff is part of the process of growing and of becoming the person that you're supposed to be in the end of that. And I think we're always constantly growing, constantly learning, constantly making mistakes, and like just to not be so hard on yourself and to give yourself grace and to give yourself permission to learn and to grow and to make mistakes, and to like don't deny that process. And so that was what I journaled there, and that is my spread. I really hope you enjoyed this little video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.